Good morning. Today we're going to be doing a 1 point perspective exercise where we're going to take 9 squares and make them into cubes using 1 point perspective. So before you begin, make sure you set up your whole entire worksheet with 9 boxes. Use a ruler, of course, to make these boxes, and make sure that you have plenty of space in between them. So let's get started. With a ruler, I would like you to make sure that you always line up the corners of your boxes with this dot, which I would like you to set up on your worksheet right in the middle of this box that is in the middle of your worksheet. This is the vanishing point. The vanishing point always determines the place of the viewer in the picture. So if this if the viewer was standing over here, their eyes would be right over there. So if that's the head, that's the body, then that will be where the eyes will be. So this shows you that regardless of um, where you are going to be standing or sitting, the vanishing point is going to be moving with you. So let's begin with this first box over here. I'm going to change my pencil here. Starting with this box right here, I want you to draw a perfectly straight line from the corner of the box to the vanishing point. And you're going to repeat the same thing with this corner, and then again with this corner. Now make sure when you are using the ruler that you allow for the point of your pencil to fit right above your ruler, because any kind of inclination of your pencil is going to affect the way the box looks. Next, you're going to draw a perfectly vertical line, and if you are using a grid paper like I am, that should not be very difficult to do. And then this line right here is going to be a perfectly horizontal line. So in other words, this line right here and this line right here are going to be parallel with each other, and this line right here and this line right here are going to be parallel with each other. Once you have this box finished, I would like you to erase the lines so that you can see what your box looks like. Okay. The next box that we're going to do is the one above right here. Now, because this box is right above your head as the viewer, you are not going to see the sides of the box. You are going to see the face of the box, and you're going to see the underneath part of the box. So you're going to make 2 lines like this to the vanishing point, and then you're going to draw a perfectly horizontal line underneath. And what I like to do is I like to sort of like guide myself with this line right here, so that I have some kind of uniformity going on in my worksheet. Once again, I would like you to erase these lines. If you draw very lightly, the erasing is not going to take very long, so I recommend that you draw very lightly. Next, we're going to do this box, and then okay, so I want to show you something that you may consider not a mistake. This over here is no, I know that I'm very picky about it, but I think it's very important that you understand that the vanishing point is the aim of your lines. So make sure that when you are doing these lines that you are actually going to the vanishing point. As you can see, I am slightly off with two of my lines. So be very careful as you draw that you are actually doing this carefully. And you also want to make sure that you are going to the corner of your box. And then once again, I'm going to draw this horizontal line right here and make sure that it's sort of aligned with that line over there. And then from this line intersection, I'm going to go up with a vertical line that is going to be perfectly parallel with the one in front. So these two lines are perfectly parallel. And then once again, you want to erase. And there you have it. You have three boxes that are above eye level. So let's move on to the ones that are right in front of us. They are at eye level. So we're going to start with the one on the right, and starting with the vanishing point. Sometimes I go back and forth between the vanishing point and the corner, depending on, how I feel about it. So for these that are right at eye level, the only two sides that you're going to see are the face of the box and the side of the box. So in this case, we're going to make just one perfectly vertical line right over here. And that's it. That's it for this box. In some ways, it resembles the one that is in the middle, that is right above our vanishing point. Now, the one that's in the middle, you don't see anything except the face, so that one is actually done. You don't have to do anything to it. The one on the side, you repeat what you did with the one on the other side. And you make your vertical line. And in this case, I'm going to use the grid. Now it's going to take a little bit of practice for you to use the ruler properly and make sure that all of the lines are going where they're supposed to be going. But once you get used to it, it all becomes second nature. So the ones below are the mirror image of the ones above, and this should be very simple. Okay, now I'm going to draw a vertical line right here so that these two sides are, or these two edges are parallel with each other. And then from this point right here, I'm going to draw a perfectly horizontal line over here. So if you are using a grid paper, and I highly recommend that you use a grid paper, make sure that the distance between the line that you're making and this is equal across the way. So make sure that that's something you take very good care of. And then you erase. One thing you're going to discover in perspective drawing is that there is a lot of erasing. And many times, probably 3/4 of what you are drawing on your paper is going to be erased. So the one in the middle is again very simple, just like the one on top. It's just two lines like this, and then a parallel line, perfectly horizontal over here, and then you erase. And then last but not least, oh, I'm using still with my eraser. Let's do the last one over here. And then because I want to be in line with this line over here, I'm going to try to make a perfectly horizontal line over here. And then another one. Over here. And that's good. Okay, so you might think that you're done right now. Not exactly. Because what I would like you to do, in addition to making the boxes, I would also like you to shade. So when you are shading, I want you to think about the light source. So if my light is coming from, let's say, the front Okay, so everything is coming from the front of the boxes. We are going to keep the face of the boxes perfectly white, so we're not going to do anything to the face. So we're going to have to do something to the sides and the underneath part. So on this side, we're going to shade this a mid-range value. Okay. And then the underneath part is going to be a little bit darker because the light um, does not shine on that side very much. So the underneath part is going to be a little bit darker. So now you can see how this box actually looks even more three-dimensional because we have shaded. So the same thing you're going to do to this one, the same kind of value that you did up here. So this value is going to be transferred to all the sides. And if you want to be consistent, you can just do that to all the boxes. Now when you shade, you want to be careful not to go, haphazardly all over the place in all kinds of directions. You kind of want to follow the line that you have, follow the edges. I think I went a little bit too dark here without realizing. That's okay, I can always lighten it up. Okay, and now I can go down here and do a similar value as well. So you want your pencil strokes to follow the edges. I'm going to show you what not to do in a second. So let's say that now you want to do, of course you don't have any other sides in the middle, but you have this. Now, because the light is coming from the front, there's going to be some light coming onto this on this side. So this is actually going to be on the lighter part of the spectrum. Okay, so let me show you. So you just saw how I did this, and it looks good. But if you were to, let's say you're not thinking about it, and you're just shading this way. Okay, notice how that doesn't look right. There's something that doesn't make it look right. So when you are shading, you don't want to just go in any kind of direction. You actually do want to follow the direction of the lines of the edges of the box. Okay, so you can go either in that direction or you can go in a horizontal type of direction. Okay, So there's your 3 boxes. So this one right here is going to have a similar value as the one that we just finished. The side of the box is going to be light, remain light like the other ones. This underneath one, underneath the side is going to be dark like the one next to it. Okay. And so is this one right here. And then the side is going to be similar like the one that is over here. Because remember, the light is coming from sort of like top front, I guess. Okay. Oh, that's a little bit too dark, I think. Let me lighten it up, because there, that's better. Okay. Always check your values to make sure that they correspond to the value that you want to have there. Okay, and then the last box. And then the top part of this. Just gonna be a little bit on the lighter side. Okay, so there you go. 1-point perspective boxes that look three-dimensional. Hopefully this is going to be easy enough for everyone. My promise to you is that it's just going to get a little bit harder. But do not despair. Perspective is one of my favorites type of drawings, and I always enjoy doing perspective. And once you understand and you wrap your brain around how this whole entire thing works, then you will understand the process a little bit more. So make sure that you do this in your books, in your workbooks, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.